Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, I appreciate it. Fellow Kenyans and all our distinguished visitors, let me begin by thanking the Governor of Kisumu and the County Government of Kisumu for hosting us here for this second Devolution Conference. Asante sana, whose theme is to celebrate devolution in our country. Let me say that devolution lies at the heart of national transformation. Devolution is the single greatest economic and socio-political innovation of our Constitution. It is the core around which every component of our new dispensation's paradigm shift is arranged. Devolution indeed is at the heart of our national rebirth, and because of its significance, my government is totally committed to its success. Devolution ranks at the very top of my government's priority list. That is why this conference is important. We are keen to hear the results at the end of this conference so that we can move the devolution agenda forward. As a nation, we have tasted already the fruits of devolution, as we have seen. We have seen its promise. And although we are still in early years of entrenching the system, I think we are all aware of the great prospects that it holds. Kenyans therefore look forward to national and county leadership working harder to mature and nurture this promise. Expectations, as has been said, are indeed high, and rightly so, but there must be no turning back. We are gathered here on the understanding that both levels of government work together. We therefore need to form a consensus on how best each of us can do our part to make devolution a resounding success. This conference is further testimony of our commitment to Article 6(2) of the Constitution, which enjoins the national and county governments to conduct their mutual relations on the basis of consultation and cooperation. It is only when we take up the challenge of dedicating our efforts to fulfill the vision and philosophy which inspired the innovation of devolution that we can say we have succeeded. We must never lose sight of three principal goals of devolution. The first is that devolution is meant to strengthen our sovereignty by giving people greater access to their sovereign power. This is aimed at expanding the scope of our self-determination in the character and direction of our development. The second is that devolution is aimed at strengthening national unity by building stronger subnational units that underscore our diversity. In other words, the new approach to unshakable national unity is through recognition that our diversity is legitimate and holds the potential for even stronger unity and cohesion. The third point, again, is that devolution is aimed at greater, more equitable and efficient sharing of national resources. The county integrated development plans are therefore an excellent starting point to make this noble goal a reality. By setting a minimum on allocation of 30% of county budgets towards development programs, we have laid ground for devolution to realize visible impact in and amongst our communities. My government has undertaken a great deal of initiatives to implement its mandate as regards devolution. It has provided the support and facilitation necessary for a quick and smooth transition and the creation of capacity within the devolved units to successfully take off. Over the past 2 years, my government has accelerated the expansion of resource allocation to county governments. This is because we strongly believe the economic transformation that devolution brings to our rural and also to our urban areas. Ladies and gentlemen, at the moment my government is implementing the National Capacity Building Framework and a Civic Education Framework, and these both are excellent opportunities for both levels of government to empower government and the people so that they can each play their part in entrenching devolution. The public need to understand the scope of the promise of devolution. The people need to effectively participate in the important processes of planning and financial management. In addition, my government is implementing capacity assessment and rationalization program to evaluate skills and competencies in county governments and direct the institutional review modes that will match skills and mandates. The biometric data capture exercise was one component of this program. We want government at all levels to be lean, efficient, transparent, citizen-centered, and most importantly, competent. The entrenchment of devolution is ongoing. It is an internal momentum of our national conscience to unite and share both the rights and obligations of citizenship as well as service to Kenya. It is our testimony to our pact to do our part in bringing the people together to build Kenya and to share the fruits of a prosperous Kenya. This process has, however, as we all are aware, been replete with misunderstandings. Some of them have escalated into fully blown conflict, which has paralyzed county governments and disrupted devolved services. Indeed, I must say that it was with great sadness that I had to appoint the commission to inquire into the affairs of Makueni County government. We operate, ladies and gentlemen, in a robust democracy that must be maintained at all times. All legitimate viewpoints must be accommodated in all their diversity. However, ladies and gentlemen, we must not let this freedom and democracy and diversity divide or destroy our common aspirations. We must dedicate ourselves to accommodate differences and resolve misunderstandings in a peaceful way. I therefore commend the conveners of this conference for deliberately including a session on alternative dispute resolution, and I hope that this discussion will open our eyes to the possibility of various ways and means through which acrimony and disruptive hostility can be avoided without sacrificing legitimate interests. Disputes have undermined the public confidence in the capacity of county governments to meet their expectations, and this is dangerous for devolution. Functional overlaps are occasionally inevitable, but they should not be an arena for conflict, but opportunities to maximize on synergies. Negotiation and cooperation, when sustained and applied consistently, will open our eyes to the great promise of devolution. While devolution holds the key to a prosperous and equitable Kenya, this promise is also, however, being undermined by bad financial governance and, simply put, corruption. We as a people must without exception be prepared to eliminate this evil practice. I'm pleased to note that the people of Kenya demonstrated their support categorically, rejecting corruption at all levels of government and in all sectors of our national life. The resources available to develop this country have been generated through toil and sacrifice. They must therefore be used prudently and for the intended legal purpose. I am busy trying to fight corruption in the national government. I do not wish any governor to have that problem on their hands. Devolution is only 2 years old. You, dear governors, have an opportunity to start clean and entrench traditions of professionalism, diligence, and integrity in county governments. Do not waste this opportunity. Let's make the people of Kenya proud by rejecting corruption and embracing integrity. Finally, I want to reassure everyone that my commitment and that of my government to the success of devolution is absolute. We will not waver, hesitate, or flinch when it comes to delivering it to our people. Our various interactive fora, including intergovernmental frameworks, and our regular summits, testify to this. Let us all work together and continue to work hard to perfect this promise of devolution. Let history assign us the legacy of those who did their best and succeeded in laying a perfect foundation for continued prosperity, unity, and self-determination for our people. And this is a commitment we must never surrender. Mimi nimesema asante na Mungu awabariki nyote. Shukrani.